Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? How am I doing? Oh, I feel good today. Another beautiful day in the springtime. Oh, the sun is out. I'm feeling great. Now, before we get started, of course, this is the ExJw video, and you know what you're supposed to do. Anytime you see an ExJw video, you hit the like button and you leave a comment to help the YouTube algorithm show it to as many people as possible. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Your lower intestine is amazing. I've seen a bunch of lower intestines in my time. None quite as good as yours. I'm going to acknowledge the great job it does. It's a hard and stinky job, but it does it, and it does it proudly. Shout out to your lower intestines. And if you haven't gotten the lower intestine compliment, you just got one. So if you want to thank me, you can thank me by subscribing. Anyway, today I want to talk to my people who maybe were not born Jehovah's Witnesses, but you know, even some of them may have been born Jehovah's Witnesses and left and then came back or whatever. I want to talk about owing the Jehovah's Witness organization. Oh, I owe them my very life. Really? You think so? Oh, without them, I would not be able to survive. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people, and most people in this case, they are people who were having a rough life, right? They're having a life where they're making a bunch of bad decisions, probably, and it led them to a position where they're not living the best life they could have possibly lived, and they have a lot of regrets, and they have a lot of like hardships that they go through. And the Jehovah's Witness organization looks for people like that because they present them with the appearance of a fresh start and structure. Now notice I said the appearance of a fresh start and structure, because this is the thing. When you're living your life, depending on how you're raised, depending on your circumstances, just depending on the things going on around you in life, period, it could have a good effect on you or it could have a very, very bad effect on you. Now, the Jehovah's Witnesses are hoping to have a bad effect on you, especially if you're not inside the organization. Because if you're living a life of hardships and things like that, and you've made a bunch of bad choices and you have a bunch of regrets, they can use that to get you in. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this. They will say, like, you know, oh, you're doing drugs, or you have these addictions, or whatever you have in your life that's causing you this unpleasantness, right? They'll say Jehovah will take that away from you. Jehovah can save you from that. We got you. All you need to do is worship Jehovah. But this is the thing. To overcome those things, there's a couple things you need. You need the appearance of a fresh start, and you need some structure. That's usually all you need. The appearance of a fresh start and some structure. That's it. It sounds so simple, but it's not. Because a lot of people in their mind, they prevent themselves from having a fresh start. You could literally have a fresh start any second you want to. Any second you choose to, you can have a fresh start. Like, for instance, if you want to be a better person than you was 1 minute ago, all you need to do is learn one thing new, and you're officially a better person than you was a minute ago. I'll help you out. Do you know the main language spoken in Africa? The continent of Africa? It's Swahili. I hope I'm right. Oh, please be right. Please be right, Jay. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's Swahili, but either way it go, you just learned something you didn't know a minute ago. Now you're smarter. You are literally now, you have a fresh start. You're now a better person than you were 1 minute ago, and now you can build on that. Because if you build on it, the more and more you build on those little things, the things that make you a better person, the education, the physical, like working out and stuff like that, making yourself better, when you do that, you could then attack those bigger things that's preventing you from really living the life you enjoy, like addiction and things like that. All you need to do is attack it by making yourself better and better and better, building that confidence, building your mind, building your body, and then you'll be able to reach those goals. Now, the reason I'm even going into this whole tangent is because the Jehovah's Witnesses want you to believe at the same time that you cannot do it. You can't do it. Not without them. Not without their help. And this is the way they frame the entire thing. Oh, Jehovah. You can't do it without Jehovah. You need Jehovah in order to do it. Now, who is Jehovah? Because if you're thinking it's a God, there's a test that I can run, that you can run, to show that it's nobody other than the Jehovah Witness leadership. Now, this is a test I keep putting out there, and a lot of people told me that they know that it works. They don't even have to do the test. They just know it works. You see, the thing is, if you say that you want to worship Jehovah and you want to worship Jesus, but you don't want to be part of the Jehovah Witness organization in order to do it, you should be fine. Because your relationship with Jehovah should be a one-on-one relationship, and nobody should interfere with that or be involved in it at all. So if anybody at any point don't want to be a Jehovah Witness anymore, nothing should stop them from still being able to serve Jehovah. If Jehovah is the God who's actually in charge, because you don't need to be a part of his organization. You don't even need to be a good person to get his sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? Like, apparently, there's going to be a resurrection of the righteous and the unrighteous. So basically, Jehovah has the final say in who's going to be good, according to them, right? So Jehovah has the final say, and you don't need to be a Jehovah Witness, and you don't need to even be a good person to make it into the new kingdom. Then why are you jumping through all these hoops to be a Jehovah Witness? It shows you that that Jehovah is not in charge of that organization. They are. Because if you get kicked out of the organization and you can no longer talk to your family and friends, then who's in charge of you? I said I was going to worship him. I just didn't want to, be inside of a crazy cult in order to do it. But anyway, I'm just saying all that to say, if they are allowed to take away your ability to be free and to say, yo, I did that. I was able to succeed, because that's what they do. They want to take away all the hardships that you went through and say that you couldn't have done it without them. When in fact, you probably should have done it without them, because you would have done a way better job without them, because they put too much on you. So the point is this. If you allow people to diminish your own abilities, your own amazingness, then they're also allowed to determine your worthiness. Do you get that? Because if you were in charge of, like, yo, I brought myself out of that. I made the sacrifices. I made the dedications. I did everything I needed to do to get myself in the best position possible, and I did a good job. Then they can't tell you what to do. You don't feel like you owe them anything. They do all that to make you feel like you owe them. Because as long as you owe them, they're going to keep asking for stuff. That's the entire goal. The goal was never to help people. The goal was always to get people in a position to where they feel like they owe the Jehovah Witnesses something. And remember, you're saying, oh, well, Jehovah did this. How could you turn your back on Jehovah? It ain't even Jehovah that quote unquote helped you. It was the governing body, and they want their payment. Now, is that anything that any genuinely good person would do? Like, if I helped a homeless person out, would I then be like, okay, once you get your job, you need to pay me every single week? That would make me a piece of crap human being. And I deserve to get beaten for doing some crazy mess like that. You understand? Because that's how it works. You can't help people and then demand that they do stuff for you for the rest of their life. Then you were never about helping them, and you were always about gaining new people to hold them down and suppress and oppress. Not just suppress, but oppress. I think, words are funny. But I think you get the point. The point is simply this. Realize the amazing job you did to overcome whatever it was that you overcame, and stop giving all of the power and all of your goodness to that organization. They don't deserve it. Even if they provided you with the appearance of structure and a fresh start, understand you could have given yourself that fresh start also. At any moment. All you need to do is just learn something new. And then boom, there you go, fresh start. You are now a better person than you were. Now I know, I make it sound like it's so easy, right? But no, fighting addiction and fighting things like that is hard. But one of the best things that you need is a fresh start. Just mentally, because fresh start doesn't really happen in life. More or less it happens in your mind. That's where the fresh start comes in at. If you join this new religion, you're doing something that you're not used to. You're doing something that you weren't doing before. Like a lot of people, when they go to these like AA classes, or they go to any type of shocking, like if somebody said they're going to rehab or whatever, right? That's a shocking event that's not normal, and it feels from day one like now you have a fresh start. When basically they're trying to shock you, trying to shock your mind into believing that, hey, you got a fresh start. You have another start. You can keep getting them. You can get as many fresh starts as you need to finally get yourself in the right position to move on. But you need that fresh start. And the Jehovah Witnesses use that to ensnare more people. You have to realize yourself that at any moment you can give yourself a fresh start. And you do not owe anybody for helping you get that fresh start, and for helping you add some structure to your life, because you can give a fresh start and structure to anybody. It's going to be up to the person to actually do what they need to do in order to get that life they want to live and overcome that hurdle that they're going through, So just make sure you keep that in mind. Make sure you don't just give that power away. You did an amazing thing. Whatever you overcame, whatever you defeated in your life, whatever struggle it was, whatever addiction it was, the fact that you did that was an amazing thing. Do not give that away to nobody else. You did that. And if you did it once, if you're struggling, you could do it again. Don't let anybody believe that you owe them anything. You owe it to yourself to make sure that you stay on track after you've overcome that, Because this organization will take and never take their foot off your neck if you let them, But anyway, it's your boy JD Comedian. Wasn't funny today, wasn't meant to be funny. I just want to get a message out to anybody that feel like they owe that organization. You don't. You're not Scott Amini. It's your boy JD Comedian. Holla at your guala. Deuces.